This is your fucking moment. You only get one moment in life.
My throat's sore. I've had a sore throat for a month and a half, and this is not an acoustic environment that's suitable to request this from me.
I don't give a fuck.
Your language is offensive. Fuck you. It's called mind fucking. You ever been mind fucked before?
Hiding your valuables in your anus.
Oh my God! Why does this keep happening to me?
Broadcasting live from the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio in downtown Cleveland.
This is the funnest night ever!
And the nipples. I'll take 2.
On MorningshowCentral.com.
Don't interrupt me again.
Okay.
You think you got issues?
Please, enlighten me.
Wait till you get a load of these clowns.
Who the fuck are you?
Come here to get your weekly fix of Sick and Twisted.
Yeah, it's got its tongue up my ass.
No.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Come on in. Oh, and bring your whore. We'll all do some blow.
What the fuck's going on?
On MorningshowCentral.com.
Yeah, that was probably the first sign of the apocalypse.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
You got anything before we go, Joe?
Nope.
That's it?
Hope I'm not in the doghouse when I see my girlfriend.
You're fine. You'll be fine.
Can I borrow some money? Because I want to buy her some jewelry.
I got some Cracker Jack jewelry. You want that? I'll get that for you.
Ring pops?
Yeah, ring
baby
pops.
Baby bottle pops?
Yeah, baby bottle pops. There you go. That'll work for you.
Maybe if I can find a coupon for jewelry.
Yeah. I'll get you one.
Yes.
We'll go online before we leave to get you a coupon for jewelry.
Everything is closing in. All this emptiness, it surrounds me. With everything I feel, I just know. Oh, it's changing. I just can't sleep without you here. I just want to let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear.
There was a post on Facebook earlier today about some lady talking about she likes to play with easy bake ovens, and I'm going to talk about that a little later tonight. I guess there's a certain temperature you got to keep them at or something. I don't know. Well, we'll get into it in a minute.
All these memories.
Something to do with her husband and getting it warm. Oh, did I mention she has stockpiles of Polo from 1980? I guess you get the unit warm, the guy's unit. You get it warm with the Easy Bake Oven, and then you pour Polo over him, and I guess it's supposed to turn on the woman or something. I hold on, we'll get into it.
Because I just can't sleep without you here. I just want to let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear I'm surrounded. I'm caught in my feelings.
Oh, but anyways, do you know your local CVS is now selling sex toys?
Actually, I have the story right here, and I'm reading a little bit about it.
Right. I'm wondering if Walmart's going to be in the footsteps of this too.
Hey, it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
They're ringing out inside.
Price check on aisle 5, dildo.
Closing in. And now I can't pretend. It doesn't matter where I go, 'cause I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now
God, I want to get these guys to do the birthday bash in September. The guys playing right now, Soil. God, I want to get these guys to come in and play.
This is a good song. I wouldn't mind hearing this in September.
I'd love to hear this song live at the venue. That would be great. I got to reach out to Tim King from Soil. Maybe he could do me a big favor and have Soil play the birthday bash. That would be awesome.
Doesn't matter where I go, because I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak. And now
I told my wife, I said, you know what? I don't want to do the birthday bash this year. She goes, yeah, you'll come around. What am I doing? The birthday bash.
I'm surrounded.
All right, you want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742 or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com, and jump in the chat. Joe Dirt's in there. I'm in there. There's a few other people in there right now. Anyways, we were talking about something on Facebook a little earlier, and there was basically it was a story about all the sex toys that are being sold now in your local CVS or like grocery store or whatever the case may be, and the problem I'm having with it the whole entire time. Watching all the comments go, and then there was one particular person on our MSC Facebook page that posted something, saying something about, basically I brought up the point. She said something about, when guys are really hard to deal with, and this, that, and the other, and I mentioned, well, they have the real sex doll for women, so why don't you buy one? Well, then I brought up the point of, she brought up the point saying something about, it being not the same as a real guy. And I said, well, what are you complaining about? Basically, so you say guys are complaining, but I give you the option about the real doll, for women. You can go to town. She said, well, I'm a busy person. I won't be able to do it, blah, blah, blah. Well, then we got into another discussion. Another person chimed in, and I put on there, I said, well, you can always, throw the doll in the oven, warm it up, and pour your favorite guy cologne on the sex doll, and you can go to town on the doll, right? Well, then this other person chimed in and said something about using something to do with an easy bake oven, getting it to a certain temperature, and I got intrigued with that a little bit. I'm like, okay, so she uses a easy bake oven on her husband to get him, I guess, aroused.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to figure that out, but she wouldn't answer any of the questions. And I'm trying to be a good interviewer and trying to get the answers from her, and I couldn't get the answers from her. So I'm assuming, this is all alleged, all right? I'm assuming she sticks the unit in the easy bake oven. She gets the temperature right about 69 degrees, no pun intended, and then it starts to grow, okay? She pours her stockpile of Polo cologne from the 1980s on the dude, and she has a field day. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. But if you want to find out all the information, go to our Facebook page. Just do a search for morningshowcentral.com. You'll be able to find it. Actually, it's Morning Show Central Cleveland. And you'll be able to find that post about the sex toys being sold in your local grocery store or your local CVS now, coming soon to a Walmart near you, I guess. And you can read all the comments that were mentioned in there. I'm not going to mention her name on the air. So if you want to find out who I'm talking about, just go to our Facebook page. You'll be able to see that. All right. So what did you do over the weekend, Joe Dirt?
Okay.
All right. I can't segue any further.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it. All right.
Well, it was normal week for me.
All right.
Working. Yesterday, day off. After I got off work in the morning, day off, I helped a friend of mine get ready to move. He's actually moving out of state. It's actually a friend, older gentleman. He's in his 40s, and his wife.
Okay.
Both of them I worked with, my current job, but they're actually moving to New York.
That's cool.
They're originally from New York. New
York's expensive, though.
They moved to Ohio years and years ago, but had some family problems. Now they're moving back to New York. But that was pretty funny. He just said, "Oh, if I can make you some breakfast or buy you some breakfast or whatever." That kind of was the deal breaker for me, or
food, basically.
Food, because I'm poor. I have no food in my
Well,
place.
we established that last week with the Eggle waffles that you only have in your freezer.
So
yeah,
and he knows he always makes fun of me for that. He's like, I'll buy you breakfast. Help me move. Just a few little things.
Right.
It's like, all right, it's cool with me. Free breakfast. Got that. Helped him move for a few hours. Just only a couple pieces of furniture. Then we moved some little stuff that he already had packed up in his house.
That's cool.
Then when it was time to leave, he actually gave me $40.
Not bad.
There you go. Along with free breakfast, and him and his wife, they basically gave me everything that was in their fridge and freezer.
Because they can't take it with them.
Yeah. I was like, wow, now I'm stocked up on a decent amount of food.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
So I'd like to give a shout out to Paul and Mary.
There you go. So now you got food in your fridge. What are you going to have for dinner tonight?
Probably some sausage patties. They gave me some, a bag of frozen sausage patties.
So that's your dinner tonight?
Maybe I'll pop those in the microwave.
Oh, so this is is this all microwavable food or no?
Not all of it, actually.
Not all of it?
There's stuff that actually requires cooking.
Okay.
Involved, so,
well, do you know how to cook? Let's establish that.
So maybe I'll have to bring my girlfriend over and make that. No, I know how to cook.
Yeah, well, we established that with the pizza.
I just never have food to cook.
Yeah, but we established that with the pizza that she made.
Yes.
That damn thing had so much stuff on it. It was crazy.
2 pizzas.
Yeah.
I had to make a redeem pizza after the first one was messed up.
Right.
I had to make a second one.
What did it have on it? Chicken? What else did it have on?
Chicken, steak.
Yeah, steak,
sausage, pepperoni.
I'm like, what the hell is
and
all this?
3 different kind of cheeses.
Speaking of cooking,
I was actually looking at the pictures on my Twitter page a week ago, and I looked at that. I was like, wow. I looked at that first one.
It was a train wreck.
Then I looked at the second one. Second one was still but a lot better than the first one.
Right.
I was like, oh.
Speaking of cooking, George from Morality Check is in studio along with Tom from Morality Check. They're both here. They have a concert coming up next week at Peabody's. I was reading George's Facebook, and it was kind of funny, though. He was in the kitchen cooking, and I guess his wife went out for the night, or she went out for the day or something like that. And I was kind of concerned because I thought, George won't have a house after he, starts firing up, big, huge, ovens and stuff like that. But
using his easy bake oven to make his food.
I hope he was not using an easy bake oven, but he did post some pictures, whatever he cooked or something on Facebook, and it didn't look too bad, actually, So I'll have to ask him that when he comes in about what he made, because I didn't read everything, though, because I was kind of busy. I really wanted to find out what he made when his wife went out, for the night or the evening or the afternoon or whatever it was. But it was really cool. But yeah, Morality Check does have a show at Peabody's June 9th over at Peabody's. You can go to their website, moralitycheckmusic.com, and get all the details. I believe it's going to be Scar, Crip Kicker, and Hustle Amish are going to be at Peabody's along with Morality Check. You can check out all the information. I'll have the link to their website on the Uncensored Net Noise website after the show goes up this week. But it's supposed to be a really, really good show. I've seen Morality Check all the time. But I really like to go see Hustle Amish, though. So I might just go to that show just to check it out. So
Saturday?
June 9th. When is June 9th? That is...
That is a Saturday.
That is a Saturday.
Today's the 1st.
So yeah,
Saturday. Next Saturday.
So I'll be able to go to that. So that'd be great.
I have to change that calendar. It's a new month now.
I know.
Man, it's already
June.
May went by fast.
Yeah, it did. But the show is at Peabody's. If you want to check out all the information, go to their website, moralitycheckmusic.com, or you can check them out on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/moralitycheck. Be able to check all the information out.
Just take the day off Saturday.
I'm going
Or
to.
if it's a late night Saturday, take Sunday off.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys who do shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Right. Well, I do have we do have a show on Saturday, but it's early enough where I can actually still go to the Morality Check show, so I should be good.
So sorry, Sunday guys.
Yeah. So yeah, I might
Alan, Ty, whoever else is it.
The Sunday, the Sunday show. One of the Sunday shows won't be airing this week, which would be Alan's show, the Sunday Hangover show. So I might be coming in late for that one because if it is a Saturday show, I might not want to get up for Sunday to come here. So who knows? All right. So what do we got over there in the news, Joe? Anything good?
Well, we touched on this a little bit.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Nah, really.
About adult toys sold in mainstream stores.
Okay.
Companies have made millions of dollars selling adult toys to customers who liked being discreet. It appears the veil of secrecy has been lifted. You can find items like female massagers where you shop every day, such as Walgreens, CVS Pharmacy, and even the grocery store Kroger. I believe I've never heard of that store before.
There's a couple of them left here in Ohio. They're mainly east of here, so you'll be able to find. I think there's one, I believe, in Mayfield. I'm not mistaken. I think there is.
I've never even heard of that store.
It's an old grocery store. It's actually family owned.
Okay.
So yeah, but here's the thing that I can't get though is that you go to Kroger's, a grocery store, and you're going through the aisles and you see this woman's massager sitting on the shelf. And next to it is a jar of, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Vaseline or
KY.
something. Yeah, KY or whatever. And little Timmy's with you, your son or, and he's like, hey, what's that? It's a pencil. Don't worry about it, So, I mean, I don't think it's really, dude, they should just keep this stuff in the porn shops. You know what I'm saying? Not sell this stuff in grocery stores.
Well, maybe there's not enough porn shops around.
Well, I mean, God,
compare that to retail stores, grocery stores.
There's they got catalogs. You can buy this shit online. I mean, Adam and Eve, and there's all these different porn websites. I mean, I'm sure you can buy that stuff just about anywhere.
Yes, there are a lot of porn websites.
Yeah,
I know. No, I'm just kidding.
So, I mean, the thing is that I really don't want to see this in a grocery store. Maybe a CVS or Walgreens or something like that. Yeah, maybe. But not at your local grocery store where you go in and you buy your steaks and your eggs and your milk and your dildo. I don't want to see that.
Where are the dildos at? Next to the meat.
Aisle 12?
Next to the meat.
Right, exactly. So I
fake meat and real meat.
Yeah, could you imagine if there was no price sticker or something on the dildo or something like that, and then how embarrassing that would be when you go up to checkout, and the guy goes, "We need a price check on this large dong dildo," and then the little kid, the little guy that works at in the front as a bagger has to go in the back and find out exactly what the price is. I mean, come on. I really don't want to see this at a grocery store. I mean, maybe at CVS or Walgreens or something like that. But I think it should be in a porn shop still, or buy this stuff online or something. I don't want to take my daughter through, the pharmacy section. That's probably where it's going to be at, and go get some NyQuil because I'm sick or something. And then next to the NyQuil is a dildo. I don't want to see that. I
like with the story they have a little picture with it of the. I believe that's Durex Play Vibrations.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's related to the story, I like below with the caption, it says, images have been resized.
You think?
Pun or no pun intended.
Right, exactly. They're not going to show what is actually sold, but
since it's a sex toy, you can get it in different sizes.
But you got to realize the porn industry is so huge. I mean, it's like the biggest, I think it's bigger than sports. I think it's bigger than baseball and football and all the sports put together. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry a year. It's bigger than the WWE.
That's why, yes.
So
even me as a wrestling fan would have to admit that.
So I mean, I can
so
see.
Maybe that's why people say when they compare great things in life, oh, it's better than sex.
Right. So
almost.
So I can see where like the CVS's or the Walgreens or the Walmarts or the Kroger's is trying to capitalize on the success of the porn industry, and they want to get a piece of the pie, no pun intended, you know.
Poontang.
A lot of puns tonight. Yeah. So I mean, the thing is that I do believe that if I want to buy a piece of sexual instruments or devices or whatever is being sold at these stores, I prefer to maybe buy these at a porn shop. Or maybe even a head shop or something like that, next to the bong or something like that, you know? I mean, I don't get the whole idea of selling it at your local grocery store. I don't want to walk into a Giant Eagle and see that or whatever.
Yeah, don't want to walk into a Giant Eagle and see the Giant Eagle.
Right, exactly. So I kind of disagree with the whole
Have
entire
you
story.
and or your wife ever used toys in the bedroom?
In the bedroom. Have I used toys in the bedroom?
Getting a little personal here.
Yeah, well, I have.
Or any enhancements?
Yeah.
Like oils?
Yeah, I could say we did. Yeah, we used toys in the bedroom. But you know what? It keeps the relationship going.
Yeah.
It keeps it fresh.
Fresh, little
you know?
Nothing wrong with adding a little spice to it.
Exactly. I mean, instead of, all right, get in the missionary position and,
You can only do that so many times before it gets boring.
5 minutes later, I'm done. It's
sleeping.
Right, and I'm snoring.
Disappointed.
Right, so yeah, you have to spice up your sex life. And speaking of that, you can Vivian Leigh that does a column on our website at morningshowcentral.com. She just came out with her new column on our website. Go to the website, click on MSC News, and you'll be able to see her column on relationships. It just came out yesterday. But the thing is that you have to spice up your relationship if you're going to have a decent sex life. I mean,
if you're a married couple who's been married for decent amount of years.
Yeah, I could see if it's a young couple or something like that, and they've been dating for maybe about 6 or 7 months or something like that. And they screw like jackrabbits and are done. But when you're married, like 8 or 9 or 10 or 20 years or 50 years or whatever.
You need something to spice up
there's only so many positions you can do in the bedroom before you use all your tricks.
Yeah.
Right.
Before you're physically unable to.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the Cialis kicks in and the Viagra.
I'm not as flexible, honey. Sorry.
Right. Exactly. And you get tired after maybe 2 or 3 pumps and you're done, You're short-winded or whatever, you turn into an old guy, an old married guy or something like that, So, I mean, I'm talking about myself. So, I mean, George is married. I'll ask George the same question when he comes in tonight. I'm like, he's married. I'll ask him the same question. I mean, you have to use some sort of, devices in the bedroom to keep your marriage alive, right? I mean, come on.
Free plug. This show is brought to you by Cialis.
Right, exactly. Can we get a sponsorship now? I'll be the only one here on the station using your product. The rest of the young Thundercats here at the station don't need it. I'm the oldest guy probably in the damn.
I'm young. I don't know if I would consider myself a Thundercat, though.
Yeah, you're young enough, though.
I'm the Minuteman.
So, I mean, keep the porn in the porn shops. Don't put it in my local grocery store. I don't want to, Could you imagine going to your corner store, your local corner store, and, the little guy behind the counter, selling you a dildo or whatever? I mean, come on. I don't want that. I mean, everybody's trying to get a piece of the porn industry, but I don't think it's a viable, option to have it in the grocery store.
Jenna Jameson, you're sending us the wrong message.
Exactly. All right. One more story before we go to break. What do you got?
All righty. I seen this on the MSC Facebook page earlier today. When it's hot out, many of us like to grab a nice cold drink of Kool-Aid.
Hey, we do.
However,
I don't drink it, though.
Kool-Aid, instead of providing relief, generated some heat of its own in the neighborhood of Detroit on Tuesday night.
Ty's hometown, Detroit.
I hope Ty wasn't involved in this.
I hope not either, man.
Shout out to Ty.
Yeah, Ty from Since 1974 Radio on Sunday. Go on.
WJBK in Detroit reports that a group of boys were hanging out near an old abandoned school building. Another group was hanging out at a home just across the street. Two of the young men, one from each group, began arguing over who could mix the best Kool-Aid. Yo, man, got this cherry lime, man. Sorry.
My grandfather...
Not a racist, trust me,
right.
I'm not.
My grandfather... No, rednecks drink Kool-Aid. I don't care, man. But my grandfather...
I drink Kool-Aid.
My grandfather would take...
So I guess that's... I don't know why it's a stereotype.
Right. He would take like 50 different packages of Kool-Aid. I mean, he would buy it by the...
And put them together? Or?
Well, I'm not done. By the gross, man. And get this huge, tub, that you wash your dog in. And use it as a punch bowl. I'm serious.
Nice.
And then he would mix all these flavors of Kool-Aid together. And then, back where he lived in West Virginia, he had like a well. So all his water was coming from a well. So he kept pumping this water in there. And then he would use 3 bags of sugar. In this. And it was like, I don't know, it's like cyanide, drinking this stuff. You were going to die from drinking it, So, it was like, I don't know what he called it. I forgot. I was so young. I was like maybe 8 or 9 or something. But I remember to a T that he would mix all these different flavors. I mean, lime and grape and cherry and strawberry.
What color did it end up being?
Like a puke green kind of color, It was, but it wasn't half bad.
All right.
It was sweet as hell too.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
And this stuff would last a month in this house. He'd make one tub and it would last a month.
Well, yeah, if he made a tub, that's gonna last. And
it was
if it's only, if it's not like a huge party that he's throwing, that might last, all night. But if it's like for
Shannon,
short family.
My wife's in the chat room right now. If you're not in the chat room, get there. Go to morningshowcentral.com/watch. Jump in in the chat room. There's no password needed. Just enter your name and you're in. She's in the chat room. She's like, I'm not a redneck. Yes, you are. You are a redneck. I don't care. Yes, you are.
Shannon, call the show. 888-668-0742.
I mean, my grandfather would mix this concoction. It was like, I don't know. It was. You were so hopped up on sugar for days.
Just call it rainbow flavored, since it's all different kind of flavors and colors.
Here's the other thing too, is that you would mix this stuff, and after a day or so, after the 3 bags of sugar.
She said, "No, I'm not, bitch. You have drank Kool-Aid, so shut up."
I have never drank Kool-Aid.
ROTFLMAO.
I never drank Kool-Aid at home. She buys these. No, I never drunk any. We don't buy Kool-Aid.
She's gonna, when you come home, not only
there's gonna be Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you're gonna dinner and what's the drink? Kool-Aid.
Well, getting back to what I was talking about, after a couple of days of this Kool-Aid, right? And he uses 3 bags of sugar. It would be like a brick. You couldn't steer it. You would physically have to beat on the bottom of the barrel. You have to scrape away the sugar to get it, to start, fermenting again, I guess.
Right.
And then you would swirl it, and you would have to swirl this stuff every single day, or it would turn into a brick at the bottom of the barrel. And I always ask my grandfather, I'm like, why do you use so much sugar? Why do you use 3 bags of sugar? Well, I don't like sour stuff. I like to make it sweet. I'm like, well, then why do you mix all these packages together? Well, I don't know. There's 51 flavors or something. I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's like a deck of like a deck right there.
Exactly.
That's what it should be called. Want some deck flavored Kool-Aid?
Yeah, I mean, it's no, I never drank it. No. You bought it for my daughter. She buys this sugar-free stuff. No sugar at all.
Like Kool-Aid, or
it's like these little packets, and it makes and you dump it into a
kind of like a 20-ounce.
No, it's
single or
it's a single thing, but you can actually make a gallon of it or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so you dump it in there. She gets it at Walmart.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And you dump it in, and you add water, and you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't drink that. They drink that stuff. It's sugar-free. We don't, she doesn't add any sugar to it or nothing like that. And no, I don't drink it. She does. My daughter and her drink that stuff by the gallon. And I don't. I drink iced tea. Every time
I'm here.
Right, I get an iced tea. Yeah, I got
iced tea.
I got the Lipton iced tea here. That's what I drink.
We should get them as a sponsor. Hey,
yeah, I know.
We endorse their product. I like their iced tea.
Or I drink 3 cans of cocaine before the show,
and then you're up all night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then she wonders why I don't go to bed on time. All right. So real quick, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get the guys from Morality Check in studio. We're going to talk to them for a little bit, find out what's going on. Also, I think they got a music video that is almost done too. We're going to talk about it. A new CD that they're working on currently right now. They got the show at Peabody's. All this crazy stuff that Morality Check's into right now. But when we come back, we'll talk to those guys, find out what's going on. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Uncensored Net Noise.
It's electronic.
Yeah, so's my vibrator, but I don't have to sit in the chair and listen to it for an hour and a half.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Joe Dirt, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Hey, Unsigned fans.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned fans. Want your music heard?
Yeah!
Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Coming at you from the rock and roll capital, it's an exciting and fast-paced global forum with the man who knows how to help get your band even better. Yeah! Doc Rock tackles industry issues with informed guests and invites your questions, concerns, and tales of band life. There's never a dull moment in Doc's world of showbiz. He cares about artist issues and escalating your talents. So make an appointment with Doc Rock on Band-Aid.
Thank you!
Tuesday night, starting at 9:05. Only on MorningShowCentral.com. Join host Brian for Dominion Live Chicago every Friday night, 11 p.m. Central till 1 a.m. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Ow!
What?
Ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. Uncensored Net Noise. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network. MorningShowCentral.com. Don't touch that mouse.
Besides, you don't run the same gag twice. You do the next gag.
MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. What do you need to know about the Sunday Hangover Show? The name says it all.
Leave it alone, man.
The Sunday Hangover Show. Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. on MorningShowCentral.com.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to Kingdom Come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate. We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
Your MSC Radio Network forecast is brought to you by NewWeather.com, Ohio's home for weather. Good evening, everyone. I'm forecaster Brian Ivy. Today we had scattered showers and rain around all day with overcast skies. Those cloudy skies will continue tonight with just about a 10% or less chance of a rain shower. As we get into the overnight, we're going to remain with the cloudy skies. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be decreasing the clouds to about partly cloudy. They will increase again during the mid-afternoon hours on your Saturday, with the chance of an isolated shower around pretty much all of the afternoon into the evening. Temperatures will make it up into the mid to upper 60s for most, 70 degrees for the Route 30 corridor. As we get into Sunday, we're looking at partly cloudy skies and warmer temperatures in the low to mid 70s, with about a 30 to 40% chance of a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms.
slipping away.
After I'm gone, your Earth will be free to live out its miserable span of existence.
Shows
previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
And just on a little side note for like some women who hate other women because they have fake boobs, let me give you an insight into guys. We don't care. Real or fake, we don't care. That's all I'm saying.
I care.
You care? What?
I care, dude.
I don't care.
I care, dude.
Why do you care?
I don't want no fake tits. I want real things, man.
Well, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's better if you have the real thing, but
I rather have.
We don't care.
Look, you don't care. I care, dude. I want the real thing.
When you live the life I live, you'll take anything you can get.
Well, we know that, but that's beside the point. I mean, you'll figure it out later on in life when you get older that you'd rather have real boobs than fake boobs, man.
If you play the tape of our show backwards, you'll discover a secret message. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
Freaking intern. Want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Yeah, I had to get up during that because the intern forgot to move the camera. He didn't get all of us in the shot. Well, I really can't blame him because I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be George being in the studio, and then
So that's your fault.
Kind of, at first. Yeah.
It's my fault for not letting you know.
Yeah, well, no, it's actually...
It's everybody's fault.
It's everybody's fault. I ain't worried about it, though. All right, I got the guys from Morality Check in studio, and the other members are kind of busy tonight. They weren't able to make it in, but I do have George and Tom from Morality Check in. So you guys got this new video coming up. You got a new CD coming up. You got the show coming up this next Saturday at Peabody's. So give me some insight on when this video is actually going to launch. Do you have any idea, like when? Maybe? Month, 2 months, something like that?
Hopefully a day.
Hopefully a day.
I got the disc sitting on my deck right now.
Tommy's been putting in a lot of hours on this video.
I bet he has. So the CD, how about the CD? How's that coming along, too?
There's just one more guitar solo I need to put in, and the keyboard tracks. We need to download those, and it's done.
Awesome.
Well, we have to mix it and master, but hopefully a month.
Nice. That's perfect. I like that. So I kind of got a sneak peek of the video, and I'm telling you guys, when this thing comes out, you're gonna love it. Look, I mean, I'm a big fan of these guys. I followed them for a very long time, and from what I saw of the video, it's tits, dude. I love it. I really do.
Yeah, and that was just a rough cut without even the storyline in it.
Exactly, and I was just amazed with just the rough edits that I saw, which are really good. So, whoever's editing with Tommy, I do appreciate that, because you guys did a hell of a job with that, guys, and I really do appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
I'm amazed with this guy's tablet right here. I really want one of these.
Do you? Yeah. George always has all these gizmos and gadgets.
I'm trying to focus on, everybody listening. I'm more focused on this guy's tablet. I'm like about to wait for him to turn the corner so I can take it.
That's like a lifeline to George, man. He never goes home without it, man. He's always got it with him.
Technology is amazing.
I know.
I'm a gadget junkie.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got his phone right next to his tablet.
Dude, he's got you should see that there's a picture.
So he's going like.
There was a picture on his Facebook, I believe. It was in his man cave, and he's.
Well, that was my living room. I think I know what picture you're talking about.
Okay, but he has like all these computers and monitors, and then underneath it was a caption like, "I just broke my Android, and I took out the software, and or whatever the case, he rooted his Android or something like that." And I'm like, dude is crazy. He's a drummer for Morality Check, and he's like a gizmo crazy, nerd.
And the drummers are supposed to be the dumb ones.
Exactly.
You talking about the picture where I had my tablet and all the computers?
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of ours was entering some kind of contest and needed you to vote from as many computers as possible. So I had my laptop, the wife's laptop, the tablet, the phone. I even logged in on my PlayStation. Try to help the guy out, you know?
Xbox Live.
We should have just came here. I got enough of them here.
Right.
I could have done it.
Well, then I realized if you go from the phone, it every time you log in, it's not the same IP address. You just keep going over and over the phone. But yeah, as far as the home computers, I'm like, here.
Yeah. Well, this one here, these individual computers have their own separate IPs.
Right, but you can only vote once from each IP per day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it kind of sucks though. But you guys are really close with the video and the music, and the show's coming up at Peabody's. And so, what's new with the guys with the band? I mean, I pretty much know what's going on, but let everybody else out there that's listening know what's going on.
What's going on? Well, we're getting ready for the show. Corey's on the mend from getting his legs swept out, in his little Karate Kid moment.
Okay, now I know parts of the story.
Karate Kid moment.
Yeah, so go into detail or what happened with Corey. He broke his leg how?
Well, his ankle. I don't know. I guess some drunk douchebag decided to mess with Corey. He kind of pushed him and kind of, I guess, to me, it just sounded like, after I heard it, I told me, you sweep the leg, Johnny.
Right.
He got him. He kind of fell over, and when he got up, that's when he felt it. He broke his ankle.
Wow.
And he was shooting for the video at the bar.
Oh man.
Of course, we weren't there to see it.
Right.
And then the running joke being that we were in the name of the song that we shot the video is not, now that you're gone, and Tom said maybe we'll change the video to Now That You're Down.
That would be funny though. So the it's not affecting him with the show this coming Saturday at all?
No, because we played a show at the Foundry, and he pretty much sat on a stool. He was on crutches for a while.
Yeah.
So he played that show. He didn't like it because he wasn't mobile and he wasn't able to grab random women and sling them over his shoulders.
Wait a second. Hold on. He texted me and asked me. Someone texted me from the band, says, "Do I know any place where I can get a throne?" And I'm like, "What do you need a throne for?" So Corey can sit down and do do it. And then here, this is for Corey. I actually brought these out. Corey wanted to wear.
Oh yeah, he wanted kind of like
He wanted to wear something like this.
What I would call a Britney mic.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to look like Britney Spears on stage. I do have the wireless ones, and he could have used one of these on stage. And I'm like, why do you want the Britney Spears mic and a throne? Because I don't have to, so I won't have to move around as much. And I'm like, you got crutches, dude. Just hobble along for a little bit, and you'll be fine. One crutch and the mic, and you're good, man. You can do all kinds of crazy moves on those crutches. So I don't know, dude. Corey gets into some crazy stuff, man. When it comes to like. Was it a fight or something, or that happened, or what? I mean, what transpired with the besides being the guy being a douchebag? What transpired? I mean, why did the guy decide to be a dick?
I have no clue what happened.
No clue?
I just know bits and pieces.
Oh, that's crazy.
I just sit behind the set and I kind of just zone out. I just whatever.
Right.
He's the drummer.
He's the drummer. He's in the back, way in the back.
I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah. It's kind of funny too. I've been on George for a little while because I do help out with the band, and I help build the website for him and everything. And I told George, I said, make a bio up for yourself. Just get me a bio, and I'll throw it up on the website. Well, I waited and waited, so I made up one for him. I basically put on there, he's the guy in the back. That was it.
Yeah.
That's it. It summed up his bio in like 2 words. He's the guy in the back,
I sit in the back and I beat on things.
Exactly. So
what's more to say?
Yeah, but you're also the Rock too.
Right. He also plays with the click track, and he plays with all these gizmos and gadgets. I mean, he's got so much like hardware behind his drum kit for the band. It's insane.
Well, I could tell you something about that real quick. Is we're actually auditioning a guy because George actually joined the Ozzy project that we're on as a side project, and we're auditioning a guy that a bass player, new bass player, and he couldn't believe it. He's like, "Your drummer plays to a click?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "So is there going to be keyboards in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, we do it all the time." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, so I mean, the benefit of George is yes, you get your double musicianed when you have George because he's good at his gadgets, computers.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
So how is everybody else in the band? I mean, Neil and all those guys, how are they doing too?
Neil's doing good. He's got the the wife and his kiddo Brandon that they're raising. The kid's going to be a monster.
Okay.
I would be surprised if he wasn't somehow involved in football when he grows up.
Yeah, Brandon. Yep.
Yeah, keep him away from music.
I'm trying to.
Just keep him away from music, man. I mean, here's a question for you guys. What do you guys think of the music industry right now, as we speak right now? I mean, let's go with George really fast. What do you think of the music industry, the way it is?
Are we really going back to this again?
Yeah,
we seem to always talk about this when we come in.
Because I ask all the bands, because it always changes. Because there's like one time we talk to them, and they're cool with the music industry, and then the next time we come in, they're like pissed off at the music industry, and I hear like 7 different stories. I mean, well, how do you feel about it now? Is it the same? As last
to me,
time?
it's the same. Right? I mean, like I said, I love my gadgets, but it's also the downfall of a lot of media.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk into Best Buy and you used to be able to go row upon row upon row to go find a CD. Now the one in Avon is down to like 2 stands of CDs.
Yeah,
you want music. Most people want, they just want to download it. They really don't care to have the CD. Me, I'm a collector. Like even like Ron. I mean, he's got more CDs than I do. And I have a lot. I'd like to have a physical CD, to look at and have. And I have friends that get the CD, and once they burn it on their iPod or MP3 player, they toss the CD aside. They really don't care from there.
There's a company here in Cleveland. They're called Gotta Groove Records. And basically, what they do is they take your music from the band, and they can put it on vinyl, which is really, really cool. They can even make it like a platinum album if they wanted to, or a gold album or whatever. It's really, really, really cool. And I've actually got an album from them, from a local band here in Cleveland. I played it on a record player, and dude, it sounds amazing with the clicks and pops and everything. It was metal.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit, metal on a fucking vinyl.
Well, they're re-releasing a lot of stuff on vinyl. I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I saw they had a Slayer box set, all on vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah. There was another one too, another band that's actually coming out with the vinyl as well. God, what was it? Ozzy's actually coming out with one too. It's like a greatest hits of Ozzy or something like that, but it's also going to be vinyl too. And it's coming out like early next year or something like that, which is, I think, is right around the Ozfest when it's going to come out and stuff. So it's with Ozzy and Friends. That's the show.
Oh yeah, I just saw Zach Wild post that. It's Ozzy and Friends, and then Zach's going to be there with Black Label Society and all that.
Right. Yeah, and then I guess Ozzy's coming out with a brand new. Well, not a brand new. It's like greatest hits of Ozzy or something like that. But it's going to be on vinyl and CD, and it's like all of his music on this big, huge box set, which is it's crazy. And I think, you know what, vinyl is really, really cool if you're into it. And I myself, I'm a collector of music myself, and I like CDs. I like the hard copy, and I like to go back to that. But the industry is really focused on the digital aspect of everything, and it kind of sucks though that people are like that. So what else you guys got going on with the band? Anything good, Tom? Anything good?
Just trying to get this record done.
Trying to get the record done?
All. Just trying to get this record done, and
sometime this year maybe.
What was some of the hard parts getting the music done?
Well, it's just there's a lot of stuff that, like, I mean, just we work, it's not like we all of us work, so it's
you get 9 to 5s,
right?
Yeah.
You get home, you're tired, and you don't want to just half-ass something when you get on, and it's like I go down to my basement, I'm trying to get stuff done and just try to get it to the guy that we're trying to go through, and it's hard when you're trying to translate that to the band members, and they you're because you want to make them happy so that they feel it's that something's getting done. It's just then you run into problems, or you got like this video, you got 10 takes of just millions of things,
but this is all new to you guys too. You guys really haven't put out a really professional music video, correct?
Right.
Yeah, this is the first one.
This is the first one. So yeah, this is like all new to you. It's like Greek to you. But the CD's nothing. It's just, okay, we know about the CD. We put, a bunch of them out, but the music video, yeah, it's a totally different thing.
It's a different thing. I mean, I've been through it. It's just it doesn't matter though how many times you've been through it, because you're still trying to capture stuff that's natural that people are going to buy. And that's the one thing about like this video is just there's not that, you know, Corey is the main thing that you're going to be focused on in this video. So it was just a matter of just, you know, you can't translate the time that you're trying to tell the whole band. Although, you know, everybody's texting you, when's it going to be done? When's it going to be done? It's like, dude, trust me, because you want to look at every frame and you want to see this naturalness of you know, Corey, and you want to buy into what he's saying so that you believe it. And that's the hard part about it. It's just, but once it's all cut up and it's all said and done, and then, you know, the band sees it, they're like, oh, okay, and then you explain it to them, and it's just a lot of work. It's just like anything in the world, man. If it's something worthwhile, it's not going to be easy. If everything was easy, everybody would do it. Right. You know, I could have done it in 5 minutes with Eddie. We could have been like, oh, okay, let's slap this here. It's like, but you know, we want to make it so it's, you know, it counts.
Yeah.
So. And
you want to make sure that, you know, when you put out something, it's going to be good quality. You don't want to put out something junk, and I understand that. But I think the reason why all the texts and all the emails and all this stuff from the band members they're excited. They want to see it. You know.
Oh, so, absolutely. Yeah. I agree with that 1,000,000%. It's just you don't know how to. You don't want them to. It's kind of a weird thing. You don't want them to feel as though they think they're bothering you, because I never feel like that. It's just like but I just want them to know. It's kind of like, it's just hard. It's like, man, I just wish you could be here with me and see what I'm seeing, and then, you know, which would be great. But that's all. I mean, I never took it in the way of in that way of or vein or anything. I know that they're excited about it. I mean, I could tell when I first showed Corey. That lit me up when, you know, seeing Corey's face. You know, I was very worried about showing it to them. I was like, oh man, I hope they really. I was stressed out about it.
I was also noticing on the Facebook too from Morality Check, a lot of people are excited about the video too, and they can't wait to see it as well. And they're also excited about the new CD too that's coming out. So there's a lot of excitement going on in Morality Check camp right now. So hopefully everything comes to fruition soon, and then everybody can, you know, see everything that's going on.
It will. I totally believe that. And I mean, I love this band. I love every person in it. I mean, we all you know, we're all good friends. I mean, and that's not just saying that just to say it over the air, just to say, hey, we're all good friends. Me and George are just talking about that on the way here. It's just like, I mean, once a band finds its chemistry and they find their frequency to play at, I truly believe that that's what sets you in the groove. I mean, because you can put any 5 guys together, they could be the greatest musicians in the world, but if it doesn't click, it doesn't click. And the 5 of us, it's just, I mean, even if we never make it big, never get a record deal, I truly believe that we're blessed with something that a lot of bands don't have, and I truly believe that. I mean, there's nothing more I could say about that other than having George in the band. We all wish he was gone. But, I mean, you know, no, I'm just kidding.
What about now I've asked you this question in the past, though. It changes sometimes, too. If there was a place that you guys really wanted to play and maybe collab with, who would it be and why?
You want to take that one?
Go for it.
I think, just from Neil's background, Corey's background, Aaron's background, I mean, we would pretty much want to play with anybody if we can get a good, you know, a good amount of people. I mean, that's what we all want. We all want to play in front of a lot of people. I think that, you know, I'm not saying this because Morality Check was a Disturbed tribute band, but I think that would be a great show for us to be able to play with a band like Disturbed or Seven Dust or you know, anything that's kind of like in our realm, or even anybody that's big that's going to draw a lot, that's going to get us out there to be able to sell CDs or give out T-shirts, get the name out. I mean, but yeah, anybody that's going to be out there in that type of music. But we're definitely not, and I kind of will speak for the band on this because I know this from talking to everybody in the band, but we're definitely not into the death metal, crazy, nuts,
screamo type stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to Corey, I mean, listen to his lyrics and the way his melodies are. We're definitely, we want to be in a mainstream where we're actually going to capture the most audience. And I truly believe, man, if you get girls to your show, if you got girls singing your songs, you're going to have dudes there because And that's what I believe. I shouldn't speak for the band, but I kind of am because I kind of know where everybody stands. But
how do you guys think the fans feel right now about the band? I mean, in general, is all this new stuff that's coming out. Do you guys notice that the fans are really excited for you guys right now?
Oh yeah, they've been really receptive to the new stuff.
Yeah, and
it's really hard, you know, because we got the CD and it's not out yet, but we want to play all the songs.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But we don't want to overexpose the song, so we get the CD out. So we're just playing a few here and there until we actually put the CD out.
What did you guys play at the last show you did?
If you remember that.
You don't remember the last show?
Yeah, I remember the last show. I just don't remember what
Do you remember? Did you play anything new from the new CD?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what song did you play from the new CD? You remember that at least?
Ooh. We did Welcome Home.
Right, and then we played the Now That You're Gone.
Now That You're Gone.
Okay, that's cool. Now what about the album? Or the CD itself. The artwork though, is it something totally different than the last couple of CDs that you guys have done, or can you give me a little bit of a hint? Maybe some of the people at home that are listening, a little bit of a hint at what's going on with that.
Corey's got that avenue covered, I think.
Yeah, we don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is yet?
Yeah, we're not sure.
No, with that, and we're working on. I know he had some artwork that we're working on a new shirt, trying something different.
Yeah,
that looks really cool.
That'll work though.
Because we have no shirts. All we have left are CDs. We have no shirts as far as merch goes.
So basically, the plan for the band this summer is play, as many shows as you possibly can this summer, and then get the CD out, get the new video out there, and hopefully have a good summer.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, the video should be hopefully out either tomorrow or within the next few days. Should be completely done. The only thing we're waiting on is the whole band to see it. I haven't even seen it with the storyline in there yet. The bass video, the one that you saw.
Well, how many members of the band seen it so far? Just Corey and George, and
the whole band seen. The video that's on there is actually the bass video. We made a bass video just to have a solid foundation without any storyline in it.
What do they think about that video so far that I saw earlier tonight?
I think everybody liked it.
Dude, I mean, just going with that is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Corey said the same thing. I mean, but then there's the storyline video that we're going to put in there that it should be already in there, which I think
I'm dying to see that myself.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that either. I've seen the clips, but I haven't seen it actually put together and I'm not saying this in a weird way, but I kind of want to look at it before he tries to put it out there, because just sometimes you get some cheesiness, and that's the biggest thing I'm worried about is cheesiness, because sometimes
I think the best way to do this, I mean, this is just my opinion though, when you got a video in front of you and you have the whole band there, give it to them individually, let them watch it, and bring George's little tablet here, his little gizmo, and take it to the practice spot and let each person.
They did. I had the computer on my
first time I saw it by myself.
By yourself. Just watch it by yourself.
Yeah, we watched it all as we showed up.
And then all of you have a critique it at the end, and this, that, and then just go ahead and do that. That way you'll catch all the little bloopers that maybe you might have missed in the video.
And George, he did. Yeah, he caught one.
Yeah, yeah. So, but you know what? The bloopers are kind of fun too, because you can always
this
have
is more just the sync of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that. But I'm just saying, is there any outtakes in some of the shoots that you guys did with the video at all?
I have all the 10 takes on disc, and what I did was when we had band practice, I set the computer up on my kitchen table so that they all can watch it as they came into band practice. Me and Corey was first, and then so everybody got to do their thing. George, found one that I missed because I purposely watched his hands when I was doing this to make sure that the beats would hit when he hit, and I missed one, and it makes me mad because he fussed me on it, but he found one, and but yeah, I mean that was the whole reason why I did that, was so if they don't like it, I don't mind. I'll go back to work and see what I can do to make it better, or they can come with me.
How many hours do you think you have in this so far, Tom?
How many beers?
Just
how many beers?
By
beers?
Myself at my house, just viewing all 10 takes, just by myself, sitting there with a piece of paper looking. My biggest thing was, since if there wasn't a storyline in it, I wouldn't have been as worried. But my biggest thing was Corey, because I wanted to make sure in that video it was believable, and it was the most important thing to me, was to watch his eyes, and he nailed it on a couple of takes at different parts right when we needed him to. It was watching him, because I knew that there was going to be a storyline in there. So depending on the way the storyline is with Corey in the video, in my vision, it should be with Corey telling the story, and then it fades into the storyline and then weaves in and out of as the band. And I think that's important. And then the biggest thing was making sure everybody had their fair share of time on the bass video because you don't want to have one person having a million things other than, Corey. I know he's a lead singer. You want to have him kind of punching out there more. But it's just, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of time that people don't see. They get hung up in their lives, and I don't care.
So roughly, how many cases of beer did it take you so far?
I don't even know. Probably about
3 beers equals 1 hour.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, huh?
But I made sure I wasn't. I always, when I did all my editing, it was right when I started having my couple beers, so I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't all over the place, and George is beating to a different beat.
Beer one. Take one. Sorry.
But that's the thing. I always knew. It's like if there was something wrong, these guys. They're not going to beat me up over it. If they don't like something, they just say it. They say it, and I'll fix it.
That's one thing That's one thing I can say about the band in general, though. You guys actually are like brothers, So it's like you're like family. So it doesn't really matter, If you guys get mad at each other the next day, it's water under the bridge. So it's really no big deal, though. And that's the thing I like about bands like that. But tell me, was there any kind of animosity going on with the video shoot? Was there certain people in the band that might have a different? They wanted to hold their guitar a different way, or George wanted to drum a different way, or something like that, or was there any?
If there was, nobody said anything, and I still have the main take. So
damn, I was hoping Corey would be a prima donna.
And I actually,
everything went really smooth.
Damn,
honestly,
I actually told everybody, even told Aaron. I said, if you guys want to take these home, here's the CD. Take them home. If you see a different cut of yourself, that's better. Because I not only took Corey into consideration, but I took his eyes, the way he looked at the camera, the way. It had to be genuine, but I also did that with everybody else. I tried to do that with everybody else to the best of my ability to try to capture. George, he was tough and it wasn't his fault. It was
he's the guy in the back, so it's kind of hard to get him,
Right, yeah. And I'm not ripping on Eddie by any means because Eddie did a good job. It's just Eddie should have gotten George a little bit better. He should have gotten better angles on him to where, if it was me, I would have had more of a camera angle dropping down and shaking and going with the beat just to try to make George stand out more, and it was really tough because we had to do some stuff to keep it alive.
Well, just to give a little bit of, I'm gonna give just a little bit away in the video, just a tiny little bit. I love the focus in and out stuff that you guys were doing in that video. That stuff is great. I love that.
The fades and the slow-mos.
I love that. That stuff is awesome.
If you don't do it too much, and we have a one shot in there, I think it's pretty cool with. Corey it's right like the last.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Yeah, don't give it away. But cool. Don't give it away because if you give it away, then people are gonna, So just wait till the video comes out.
Keep saying give it away, and the Chili Peppers might come after you for royalties.
Yeah, I know. I'm singing karaoke right now. All right, real quick, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're gonna get more with Morality Check. You guys gonna stick around for news?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll be right back. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
If this is your idea of a morning pick-me-up, you're our kind of listener. Uncensored Net Noise.
You want a date?
I'm going to puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/Morning Show Central. Denying one Farmville request at a time. Uncensored Net Noise is fueled by Cocaine Energy Supplement. Hey, if you had to work on a Friday night, you'd need it too. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. The Project X Show.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Project X Show. Live on MorningShowCentral.com.
Let the word go forth.
Created by the people, for the people. Jousted Out tackles the politics of today, expressing views of all sides.
As our founders pledged, a more perfect union.
Are you ready to joust it out? Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m.
So we Americans must not fear change. Instead, let us welcome it, embrace it, and create it.
On MorningShowCentral.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen Pete 99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, Pete 99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to Pete99.com. Pete99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. Pete99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. The adrenaline rush.
All you need to do is feel it.
The thrill of victory.
Winning is the only option. The only option. The only option.
And all the locker room chatter.
No. Wrong. Game over.
Get high on sports. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. Want to know everything going on with the Browns, the Cavs, the Indians, even the Monsters? These guys know it.
You have the most amazing effect on people.
You know why? They're high on sports. Monday night at 9 p.m.
Then I am in.
On MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Richard Christie, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
What is it? It was hot. It's everything in between. With your host, Von Erich. Everything in between.
Nothing gets me more excited.
Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on MorningShowCentral.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com.
You have nothing to worry about.
Oh my.
MorningShowCentral.com.
Copy that. I want you to stay on this channel.
You're gonna like it.
MorningShowCentral.com.
The universe grows smaller every day.
Check out the member profile pages, blogs, games, online forums, video chat, and much more.
You are out of order.
Shut your fat mouth.
One website.
I gotta be honest, this is getting me hot.
MorningShowCentral.com.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
Hey, this is Tim King from Soil, and you listen to Uncensored Net Noise.
Due to affirmative action, we have a black guy on the show.
Whoa.
You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
In America, we have the freedom of speech, the right to disagree. Fuck you and your freedom. Don't you lie to me.
love come.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
I gave my intern something to do this past week, and she was supposed to give me some like sweepers for MSC. I told her, if you do a good job, I'll start using your voice on MSC. And she said, "Oh, great, thanks." You know, this, that, and the other. Well, she brings me this.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! MSC Radio, MSC Radio, let's get it up for MSC.
If our show were a chick, we'd flash you our tits.
Baby, I don't swing that way, especially not with old guys.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys, we're back. Want to call the show? The number is 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. Joe Dirt's in there. I'm in there. Quite a few other people in the chat room right now. If you missed any part of the show, you can always go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. Download this and any other shows that we've done in the past. There's 5 years, actually going on 6 years of shows up there. I do have to take off a year on the website because I'm running out of room and I can't add any more years. So if I'm going to keep continuing to do this, I have to knock off a year.
Who are we kidding? This is the last year for everyone.
Yeah. Who knows?
That's why you guys were saying, hopefully maybe next year you'll come out with that album. No, it's got to be this year because the world's going to end in December.
Right, exactly.
So it's got to be sometime this year.
Speaking of the world's going to end, we got, I want to bring up the point. We have a bunch of stories about the zombie guy and
or zombie-related
stories that are going on in the world.
Blood and guts.
But I want to close out the story that we did prior to the interview with Morality Check, which was the guys in Detroit that were fighting over Kool-Aid. And basically, the moral of the story is that those two guys decided to have a shootout and start shooting at each other. And I don't think anybody got hurt, right? Nobody got hurt over the shootout or anything like that?
Well, they were arguing about who could mix the best Kool-Aid.
Right.
The argument became heated, and the pair of people, pulled out guns, beginning to fire at each other. However, the shooters did not make the mark. Instead, two innocent bystanders, both 17 years old, were hit by stray bullets.
Damn.
One of the victims was struck in the wrist, the other in the rear.
Damn.
Fortunately, both have been released from the hospital or are on the road to recovery.
Damn. Could you imagine getting shot in the wrist, man?
Could you imagine getting shot in the rear?
Well, dude, I'd rather get shot in the ass than in the wrist. I'm sorry.
Just not get shot at all.
True.
Well, yeah.
True that. But if I had to choose, I would take the ass over the wrist. If my life, it was like the last thing,
I'd probably choose.
It's because you got more meat in your ass.
Right, exactly.
Did you guys ever wake up at like 1:40 in the morning with like a Charlie horse in your ass? That
Yeah.
kind of sucks. I don't know, man. Maybe I'd want to go in my wrist.
Could you imagine a bullet hole in your? Yeah,
I think
Dude, you can see through your.
And you're all sleeping and you're trying to walk it off real quick, and then you're all
and you're
can't
like
get back
walking
to
all funky.
Dude. Well, Joe Dirt was in studio one day right before the show started, and I got a cramp in my leg.
Oh, it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh, dude, I couldn't move.
That was the funniest thing
I was
ever.
yelling at the top of my lungs. It hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man. You're like
Yeah.
dead asleep, and you get this worst cramp, and you have to get out of bed, and you have to walk it off, and then you're all awake.
And Joe Dirt's like, how come we're not live right now?
Oh, it was funny as hell.
I mean, it just shot up from my leg.
You ever hear him scream like a girl? Oh,
Yeah.
You should have been here. Right? It was funny as hell.
It hurt, though. But, all right, so getting back to the story, there was a guy in Miami. Evidently, he decided to go zombie on this one dude, and some homeless transit guy under a bridge, and decided to eat his face. So what do you got there, Joe Dirt?
Story out of Miami. Yeah. Authorities in Miami are looking for more witnesses after a police officer fatally shot a naked man who refused to stop chewing on the face of another naked man on a busy downtown highway ramp. Detective William Moreno said police are looking for people to fill in the blanks on what led to the grisly scene in which a witness reported that a man, later identified by authorities as Rudy Eugene, 31 years old, savagely chewed on the other man's face and growled when a police officer kept telling him to stop. The victim, who has not been identified, has been hospitalized in critical condition.
All right, what would you do if you came across this? I mean, let's say hypothetically you're walking by an innocent bystander and you see some dude under a bridge eating another man's face.
I would call Family Video and tell them to get rid of all their copies of 30 Days of Darkness. That's what I would do, because that's exactly what that sounds like.
I mean, this guy went ballistic. And there's like 3 different stories going on right now about this whole thing. The first story is that he was high on LSD. The second story was it was a mixture of cocaine and some other drug or whatever the case may be. And then the final story that came out, he was high on bath salt.
I heard PCP.
That too. There was another story with PCP. There's like 4 different drugs that he allegedly took, or whatever the case may be, but the final story came out it was bath salt. And according to the laws here in Ohio, they outlaw bath salt. Yeah, they got rid of it. They said no more. They even told every store like Bed Bath & Beyond, stop carrying this stuff, because if you carry it, you're going to be fined or arrested or whatever the case may be. So this guy was smoking bath salt. Evidently, this stuff messes with your brain so horribly that you turn into a zombie-killing bastard and start eating human flesh. I mean, what would you guys... If you walked across... if you were just walking by, Tom... I mean, seriously, if you were walking by and you seen this guy gnawing on a face of some homeless guy, what would you do?
I don't know.
Would you try to help?
I would try to help. I'm not one of those people that'll just ignore, but something like that, man. I don't know. I mean, you gotta have a baseball bat or something to.
Right.
I mean, the dude's nuts.
Well, if someone is high, like on PCP or whatever the case may be, or even bath salt,
they're not even gonna feel pain.
They have like this retard strength, where you can't stop them. Right. I mean, it's like totally off the wall, batshit crazy, where you can't actually hold this guy back. So, I mean, I don't know. What about you, Joe Dirt? Would you actually try to get involved to stop it, or would you just walk the other way and keep going or something?
Walk the other way.
Just keep going?
And then keep going, and then
call the cops, maybe?
Call the cops.
Yeah, what about you?
I wasn't trying to get interfered because, like you just said, something crazy might go down.
Right. What about you, George?
I go right to the phone. I'm calling somebody.
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling 911 because that's, I'm not going to try to mess with anybody who's seen somebody else's face.
Dude. I would maybe hit 911 on my phone, but I would still try to help.
You know what? Here's my whole thing. I'm not getting near that dude. I'm sorry. I'm in the same boat as Joe Dirt and George, man. I'm not getting involved with that. I mean, I'll call 911, maybe throw some stones at him or something like that. Say get away from the guy or whatever, try to shoo him away like a dog or something. But I am not.
Yeah, that's
going to
work.
Well, yeah.
Let me flip that around on you. Though.
All right.
What if it was somebody you knew? What if it was George?
Okay.
If I seen George, somebody doing it to George, it's different.
Well, it's going to be a whole different story if it's somebody you knew. If it's two complete strangers.
Well, how would you know it was him though? Because his face is ripped off.
Well, but the other thing is too is though if you stop,
that looks like George's left
stop
face.
And think. I mean, what the hell is one person on the side of the highway doing? I mean, if they're both homeless, you can't say somebody's not more important than the other if you don't know them. But I mean, what if it was somebody that was totally innocent, was changing a tire in their car, and somebody came out and you seen a car with like their flashers on or something, it was somebody's mom. Maybe some kids are waiting at home for their mom to get home. I mean, it all depends on the circumstance. I mean, if you see a homeless guy and you see a cart with like a bunch of beer cans in it, I mean, how quick do you respond? I mean, you have to take away all the politics of your brain and stop and say, you know what? If you see a cart with beer cans, there's 2 homeless guys there. Do you call the cops first? Probably most people would. Natural instinct. You call the cops first because you know what? In your brain, even though you would never admit that as a human being, that person's not as important as a mom or somebody with a flat tire in a minivan, you maybe would get on your cell phone and call the cops. But if it's somebody it's
all right. If you're gonna throw me in that situation, let's say hypothetically it's my co-host Joe Dirt and we're good friends, and I seen him getting nom nom nom, over in the corner by a zombie, I probably would have to. Well, no, I probably would have to help
Run
him
up
out.
and do a punt kick right in the ribs,
or
and just
something, dude.
That looks like Joe Dirt's left face.
Right.
I can't tell if that's his right face because his right face is gone.
Your instincts, man. I know because your instincts will take over, man. You're just really not. You could talk about it all day long, but when it comes down to it, something like that drastic, something like that hitting your brain immediately, like that, seeing somebody you care about. Dude, there's anybody I know. I mean, I would if I seen any three of you guys or seeing something like that happen. Oh my God, yeah, I'd run up and do whatever the hell I could.
Well, I would probably have to do what my father says. My father always says, if you want to win a fight, you find something that's on the ground, pick it up, and beat the fuck out of him. That's what you do,
Right.
So, I mean, I look around for see if I could find something to beat this guy up with, and then I'd go over there and try to knock the shit out of him with whatever I had. Then maybe, jar him off, this guy, so that way, and try to drag him to safety if I could.
Right.
But if this guy's going to charge at me, dude, with super retard strength, no, I am not. I think I would probably have to run the other way. There's no way in hell I'd probably have to, dude. I'm like, Joe Dirt, I'm sorry, dude. I love you like a brother, dude, but I'll see you in heaven.
It's not even something you can put a straight answer on because everything's circumstantial. I mean, you don't know what's
right. And you're not going to know how you're going to react unless you actually get put in that situation.
Exactly.
You can say one thing,
right?
But put yourself in that. Once you actually
your adrenaline. When your adrenaline goes, I've been in situations not like that, but I mean, you people have. You guys all have. I'm sure you've been in a situation where your adrenaline kicks over. You don't even think twice, man. So it's a weird instinct that we have as human beings that. Doesn't matter, man. You'll do what you got to do what you got. I mean, I remember when I was 7 years old, I was living in Honesdale, Pennsylvania, and there was two dudes that lived across the street from me, and the car, he had it up on a jack, and it fell on the other dude, man. The guy's name was Kenny. The dude lifted, his adrenaline kicked in. He lifted the whole freaking car so the neighbor could pull him out.
It's been done, man. Yeah, it's been documented that people, when they get adrenaline rushes, they can do just about anything they want. It's like being on like 7 different drugs all at once when your adrenaline starts pumping, and it's insane though.
Never know how brave you can be.
Exactly.
That's why
until you have no other choice.
Right. That's why people that have they'll be in a situation like that, they'll get shot. They don't even realize it until it's all over. Then they'll feel like Corey. Corey told me the same thing when he got his leg broken. He said he didn't even realize it because his adrenaline was going so much that when it was
the
all
adrenaline
over,
stops, you're like,
he felt it.
You
feel
it.
You don't feel it, man, because you're focused. Your mind's on one thing.
Well, how come my adrenaline wasn't pumping when I got that freaking Charlie horse, man?
Or like when people
jump out of when
people jump out of burning buildings and survive miraculously.
Right.
Well, here let's just take for instance, like it's a sad thing. It's also coming up soon though, like 9/11 when those people were trapped in that building. I mean, and they were diving from the building to safety. I mean, I wonder. Dude, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm saying right now I probably would help out, if I could, if it was somebody that I knew. But if it's like I hate to sound selfish right now, but if it's somebody I don't know, I probably would just have to call the cops, dude, and try to get the cops there as quickly as possible. Maybe try to divert him somehow from eating this guy's face. Or trying to, get him.
He wouldn't save me. He'd be like, "Oh, sorry." Like, "Oh, thanks, Chris."
I would just multitask.
Thanks for not telling me face to face. Well, you can't tell me to my face because my face is gone.
Right. So, I mean, but I don't know if anybody has seen the pictures of this guy. Have you seen the picture floating around on the internet, George?
I saw a thumbnail of it. I wasn't going to click on it, but that was the whole controversy: is that how is this picture leaking? That nobody should have been that close, and if the picture did leak, it must have been one of the rescue workers, and it's totally unethical for them to do.
Right.
So there's a whole big controversy about the pictures being, out there as
That's what I was going to say, too, is because the fact is that the picture could be true, but you also see the medical devices on this guy, too. Like, what is it, the IV or something on his neck or whatever? You also see that, but it's kind of hard to kind of picture if this guy if it's a real one or not, or someone photoshopped it, or or if it was a stunt or a prop or something from a movie or something like that.
You get that when anytime national news like that happens, when something major happens, and all of a sudden, oh well, here's the picture. We're the first ones to leak it, and
99.9% of the time, it's not the actual picture. Yeah. So
look, we got Osama's picture, we got this picture, we got that picture.
Well, yeah, like the Saddam Hussein video that was leaking around for a little while, and then people were like, "Oh, that's not real," and then come to find out, oh, it was real. That was the real video that was floating around on the internet. But yeah, this picture with the zombie guy, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if this was the actual picture of the guy. I mean, yeah, the dude looks like Elephant Man right now, but I hope he survives, and hopefully, this guy that chomped his face off gets some help, man. In heaven, because he's dead right now. So hopefully he gets some, or in hell, or wherever he's going. I don't know. But the thing I really would have to say is that I don't know what I would do. I honestly wouldn't know what to do if that was actually happening to me. If I was walking by, innocent bystander, guy eating a face, I really don't know what I would actually. I don't know what would go through my mind at that point.
You'd probably be in shock for a second, but I truly believe that. I think you would kick in. I think it's natural instinct. I really do. I think it's like the sex drive in human beings. I mean, I think we all have a natural instinct to help each other. That's why you always see on the news, they always act like it's some miraculous thing when a town gets destroyed, unfortunately, like by a tornado or something. They're like, oh, the whole town came together. I'm like, of course it did. When anything's dramatizing to the brain, everybody goes in shock and the stress levels, and then they all energy goes together, man. It's all that energy. I think you would do something. I really do. I think sitting here right now in a safe place talking about it's one thing, but I think if something was really going down, I think you would. I think pretty much 98% of people would do something about it.
Well, I can't segue from this, but what were you cooking that day on your Facebook page?
I was left in charge of baking a cake. Mandy is gotten really popular for making these cake balls.
Okay.
So what it starts off is like, they have those devices out there you can just put the batter in there, make the cake ball. That's nothing like what she does. What she had a client, and she's also been working, and she's been working her ass off because we're getting ready to go on vacation.
Okay.
So I'm home. I had the time, and she's like, if you can help me this weekend, because she's working almost, she's coming all extra days. She wasn't sure she wanted to trust me with it because I don't bake anything in the house.
Right.
No, she left me with the ingredients and the instructions. I made a chocolate cake per her instructions, and I crossed my fingers, and they came out really good. But what she does is she makes the cake, but after she makes the cake, she crumbles it up.
Oh, okay.
Mixes it with she has a chocolate cake, mixes it with chocolate frosting, and then rolls them into balls.
Okay.
And then she gets like a fork or a stick, dips that in there, then dips it in, she'll melt a chocolate and then have like a chocolate
hard coating. Yeah.
And then she'll dip it. She's dipped it in crushed almonds, Oreo cookies, Chico sticks, whatever she has.
Right.
And
talk about a sugar rush.
Yeah. They're absolutely delicious because they end up being almost like the consistency of a brownie, but they're delicious. And
dude, you have to go see a dentist and everything else after you eat one of those things, man. Just thinking about it, you'd have diabetes after you're done.
He brings stuff in all the time.
Wow, dude,
she
sounds
cooks good.
Actually, Tommy had one.
She cooks really good.
Tommy had one.
Every time I'll go to the office and he always brings.
Yeah, she made something that brought him into work for people to check out. Oh yeah,
she's good.
People rant and rave about it, and everybody asks why she doesn't open up a business. But yeah, they're delicious. I've only eaten a couple. I'm making sure I'm watching what I'm eating,
right?
So I don't overindulge on it. But yeah,
she has good.
Hold on a second here. I just got somebody in the chat room just sent me that. I hope is this the picture? Yeah, this is actually.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. But see, you see the medical devices that are on them and everything like that.
Looks like headgear.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Let's see it.
So, I'll show it to you. You want to come around? Here, I'll show you real quick. You just put your head over and you can take a look real quick. This guy is totally screwed, man.
Holy crap.
Yeah, look, his eye is gone. His one eye's here. His nose is gone.
Definitely not for the squeamish.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So if you want to check out the picture, you can. It is posted in the chat room right now. Go to morningshowcentral.com/watch and jump in the chat room. Bastard Bunny did post it up there. I don't know if it's real. It's the alleged picture of the zombie guy, that got his face ripped off, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, Mandy needs to bring me one of those. I want to see one. I want to have one of those just to try it.
Yeah, we'll get you one out of the next batch.
That's cool. It sounds to me, really good, but I don't know, dude. I think I would probably I don't know, dude. I thought you'd bounce off walls after I eat that thing. It's so much sugar in it.
Yeah, I mean, they're about the size of like a donut hole.
You figure it's cake,
Yeah.
frosting, dipped in chocolate,
Yeah.
and then dipped in Chico Sticks or whatever Oreo cookies or whatever else is there. Dude, that's a lot. I wonder how many calories was one of those.
The next morality check show, I think I'm gonna have one of those and one of these cocaine drinks, man. I'll be good
Yeah,
to
like
go.
she did one because this guy, his daughter was getting married, so she made some that looked like they had tuxes and She's. I'll have to bring. I'll show you the pictures.
Yeah,
of it.
I got to see
You
that.
what
That's
it
pretty
is.
cool. All right, Joe Dirt, what else we got over there in the news? Anything good?
Alrighty. A 43-year-old man barricaded himself, then stabbed himself when officers kicked in the door.
Okay.
He cut off pieces of his own skin and intestines and threw them at the officers.
This guy actually stabbed himself, cut a hole in his stomach, ripped out his intestines, and started throwing them at the cops. I mean, is there something in the water?
That's all there was from that story, by the way.
I mean, is there anything in the water at all? I mean, is it like a full moon? I mean, you got a guy getting eaten alive, and then you got this guy stabbing holes in him, ripping his intestines out, and throwing it at cops.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
We're less than 7 months
Exactly.
away from 12/21/12.
And it's going to be the zombie apocalypse all over again.
So we're getting sneak previews of the big trailer that
Exact-
is the end of the world.
Right. and I don't get it.
Coming to an Earth near you.
Right. So, all right, what else we got over there? Anything else good?
Ottawa police say a second package containing a body part
Jesus Christ
has been found just hours after a stunned Conservative Party receptionist opened a blood-soaked box containing a human foot. The first was found Tuesday morning in a package that had been delivered to the party's headquarters a few scant blocks away from Parliament Hill. An accelerating Ottawa police investigation led authorities to intercept a second suspicious package containing yet another severed human body part. Media reports said the package containing a human hand was not addressed to the Tory headquarters. Police released no other details about the second find beyond a bland assurance that the major crime unit continues to investigate. Quote, this is the last line of the story, "It's a very bizarre and horrible incident, if it's true," said Bob Ray, the Liberal Party's interim leader.
All right, so you got, okay, now this story here is you got body parts being all over the place. And then I also read a story earlier today before the show came.
First a hand, then a foot. So
Right.
the story goes in hand and foot.
Right. So I read this other story.
Bad pun. This whole show's been bad puns.
Right. Back in 2010, there was a UFC fighter. Evidently, allegedly, I don't know how true the story is. I mean, from what I read, it's I guess true. But there was a UFC fighter. He was in the ring with another person sparring, getting ready for his fight, and he actually punched this guy so hard and ripped out his heart.
That's an old Bruce Lee tale there.
Well, no, this actually happened. I mean, according to this story, this guy actually reached in, grabbed his heart, ripped it out, did the Chuck Norris move, and it was like, dude, that's back in 2010. And then you got people ripping faces off now. You got body parts being shipped by UPS, and it's like insane. And then I read another story prior to the show that there was a kid in Canada that had body parts stored in his basement for months, and he was a gay porn actor, and he had body parts all over his house, and police came there and raided his house and found all these body parts. Now he's in jail right now. I mean, it's stuff is, I mean, I don't know what
and
the
of
hell
course, let's not forget in the late 90s, I forget exactly what year it was.
Well, I don't want to go...
Mike Tyson biting off
Vander
Holyfield's
ear.
ear.
Well, that started the whole trend right there.
So,
Dahmer.
Well, no.
And
Dahmer too.
I saw somebody posted on Facebook a picture like, because I was eating people before it was cool.
Right. That is true, though. He was.
Did you see the picture of Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the face mask on?
Yeah, I seen that one too. Yeah. I mean,
here lies Mike Tyson. He bit off more than he could chew.
Right.
That's going to be his tombstone.
It's going to be on his tombstone. But the thing is, I just don't get the whole what this world's coming to, man. There's a lot of people out there just eating each other, and it's sickening. I just don't get it. All right, what else, Joe Dirt? Anything good?
Alrighty, story out of Maryland.
Okay.
The Morgan State student charged with murdering a man told investigators he ate the victim's heart and part of his brain.
Jesus Christ.
That's according to charging documents filed in Harford County District Court. 21-year-old Alexander Kinyua, hopefully I pronounced that last name right, faces first-degree murder charges. Investigators say Alexander first became a suspect when his brother found what he thought were human remains in the basement of the family's house. The brother told his father.
There's another guy putting human remains in his house.
But when the father went downstairs, Alexander was cleaning out a canister and there were no signs of human remains. Alexander's roommate was reported missing Friday.
Yeah.
While detectives have not positively identified the body, police said they have a strong suspicion it's the missing man.
All right, so now you got this guy eating someone's brain and storing body parts again in a basement. I mean, come on, what the fuck is wrong with people? It's insane. I mean,
everyone's getting prepared for December 21st.
Dude, all I know is that I'm gonna get me a gun, another gun, and I'm actually going to stock up on a lot of bullets.
That's not going to stop hungry people.
Yeah, it will. If I shoot them in the brain like zombies, I think we'll be okay.
And then
double tap.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And then you'll run out of bullets, and there'll still be hungry people, and then you'll be dead.
Well, dude, that's when you chop off their head with an axe.
All right. You definitely got to have an axe with you.
I will definitely have an axe with me.
Get online and get that zombie survival kit.
Exactly. Did you see the zombies of survival kit that I posted on Facebook today?
My neighbor got one.
Really?
It actually came with a machete.
Oh, my God.
I kid you not.
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of
I love how we're this world is getting prepared for 2012.
Exactly.
It's as crazy as Y2K.
Well, you know,
The Walking Dead's going to come to fruition here.
The greatest thing about this being the end of the world, if anybody out there listening, is if you go to Levin Furniture, if you get 3 years same as cash, man, shit, get your furniture now.
Yeah,
there
you ain't got to pay for it.
Right? Yeah, you can get it for $0 now, and hopefully the world ends. That way,
you'll die on that leather couch.
That way, you don't have to pay ridiculous amounts of money in 2013 if we live to see that year.
Yeah, well, if we do die, you're dead on that leather couch, and a zombie's eating your brain.
You guys know, I went to a party at my buddy Jason's house, and there was a guy there. His wife she says to me, she goes, "Oh, don't even get him started on it." I'm like, I didn't. This guy has been studying 2012 for like 16 years. The shit he was telling me, I was so depressed for 2 weeks. He studied the Earth. He studied 2012, everything you're talking about, the way the Earth every 30,000 years, the polarity capsules, the way they switch. He said the way it freezes, the way it unfreezes, everybody dies, rebirth. I freaked out so bad, man, because he was talking, like I'm telling you this in 2 seconds, but he was telling me this he was sober telling me this for like 2 hours, telling me all these things. And he had the exact calculation, 16,000 years, 15, and then he said 30,000 years, it switches, and I'm like, I couldn't take it, but...
the Mayans did it, so we're all going to die, so...
Yeah, the Mayan calendar.
Right, the Mayan calendar.
It's kind of one of those things, whether you believe it's true or not, it just makes you think a little bit.
It does. I mean, it does. But
all right, let me ask you this, though. What do you think? Do you think we're going to be around after this year?
I think so. I mean, I don't think... because if you go even with religion, if you go on the religion side of it, it even says in the Bible, I will come like a thief in the night. You're not going to know when. They don't tell you the day. You're not going to know because if everybody knew, everybody would be repenting.
Right.
But I mean, who's to say? I mean, who knows? But I do believe that Levin Furniture does have furniture that you can buy and you can get away with it. And
all right.
don't work
Hopefully we get a sponsor.
We got 2 minutes left. Joder, what do you think?
I think we'll be around. I think, a lot of people say, there's people that will say it'll be the end of the world. A lot of people, another group of people will say it's a time for a drastic change. I kind of believe in that path more along. Maybe I would like to see something happen, not necessarily.
All of us die?
Yeah, not necessarily like devastating or traumatic.
Right.
Just something like a big change, whatever. Because I've really never seen that in my life. I'd like to see something like that happen.
George, you think we're gonna be around?
Oh yeah, it's just gonna be just like the Y2K thing.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I think
It's
so.
like, yay.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot of crap, but I'll make this quick. But I mean, like the only thing though is I would just tell people to be very careful, not to be too arrogant about human life. Is the fact that a lot of people don't realize that if the honeybee goes, if we lose the honeybee, we're done.
Right.
And a lot of people don't even have any clue what I'm saying right now. But the honeybee is very, very crucial to the world we live in today. If we don't have that, pretty much that stops everything. And
my honest opinion about this whole thing, and I'll sum it up in a couple words though, is I think it's all bullshit. Yeah, we're gonna be around next year. Well, I kid all the time that we're all gonna be dead and gone and all this other crazy nonsense. But yeah, we'll be around. There's not gonna be the end of the world. I mean, people are saying that we're all gonna be gone. But I don't think so. I mean,
don't think so either.
You're still going to have credit card debt. You're still going to have a car payment. You're still going to have a house payment. You're still going to be living from paycheck to paycheck. So, I mean, just get used to it, people. And it's going to be like that until you die. So,
Yeah, that's why, like I said, I would like to see something happen that's memorable, not necessarily, devastating.
I think
just something because, like, the whole Y2K thing, once the calendar turned to January 2nd, 2000. There was nothing memorable about that.
Right. It's all money, man. I think the dude that was writing the Mayan calendar just fucking died because he got tired of writing that shit.
Yeah, and like the Y2K thing, I remember something like we're going to have a blackout for months or killer bees are going to swarm the country. None of that ever happened.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people went out and bought generators and bought a bunch of water and stockpiled on guns.
It was crazy how many people were ready, prepared, and believed in the whole Y2K thing, and none of it happened.
Right.
And it's kind of similar to the 2012.
The next morning, I woke up and I actually turned on my computer and it said the next year, so it said 2000.
Yeah.
So my computer was fine. Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Computers were going to crash.
Right. Microsoft's like, there's not going to be a problem. We're good. So. Right. And it was like there was a couple a couple computers out there that had like BIOS troubles, and I didn't want to go in. I don't want to go into great detail, but basically what it is that there's a BIOS. It's a little memory chip that's in your computer that holds a date for your whole computer and holds all your settings for your computer. And if they said that they didn't take that calendar up to 2000 on certain computers, but they had this one little device that you plug into one of your slots on your computer, and it was supposed to fix it, and it did. It was not a problem at all. So when 2000 hit, I was turning on my computer to make sure that my calendar flipped to 2000,
January
and it did.
1st, 2000.
Exactly.
And that day in December is on a Friday, so we'll be here.
Right, broadcasting live.
Whether it's the beginning or the end or whatever may happen, we'll be here.
We'll be here. We'll be broadcasting the end of the earth.
Yes, the end of life.
Right.
Right on.
We're going to be doing it at 6 a.m., so.
It's going to be a 24-hour broadcast.
Right, exactly. All right, check out Morality Check at their website, moralitycheckmusic.com. Check them out this coming Saturday at Peabody's, June 9th. Tickets are $10 in advance, $12 at the door. Doors open up at 7, at $3 cover if you're under 21. Again, if you don't know where Peabody's is and you've been hiding under a rock for a long, long time. So I'm sure you can Google Peabody's and find it. But check them out on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/moralitycheck and moralitycheckmusic.com. I want to thank the guys for coming in tonight, hanging out with me. Corey, you're a dick for not coming in. And he knows it. So any last things before we get the hell out of here, guys?
Corey's a dick.
Okay. That'll work. All right, we're going to get the hell up out of here. Peace, guys. We're out.
Okay, wait. I love you. Okay, bye.
I'm not even going to say anything. It's so embarrassing.
What the fuck is going on?
The crew at Uncensored Net Noise would like to thank the sponsors that make our weekly show possible. Cocaine Energy Supplement, Lifestyle Limousine, Intense Frequency Production, Guitar Center, North Olmsted, Ohio, Joe the Printer Guy, Broken Fan Media, and Pete99.com. Web hosting done right. Did you miss any of the show?
What the hell happened to
you guys.
Actually, we were hoping you could tell us.
Then check out our website at morningshowcentral.com and visit the archives for this and other past shows. Also, check out the games, photo galleries, chat rooms, and more.
We're supposed to be fighting for truth, justice, and the American way here.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not controlled by the FCC, our wives, girlfriends, gay lovers, or favorite barnyard animals. And if you have any complaints, call someone who cares. Be sure to tune in next week for another sick and twisted edition of Uncensored Net Noise.
Ah, conspiracy theories and masturbation. I suspected there was a connection.
If you have any questions, comments, bitches, complaints, or great stories about barnyard fetishes, shoot us an email at show@morningshowcentral.com. And be sure to check out the live show next Friday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Must be great to be able to make a living doing something you love.
From Chris and the rest of the gang here at Uncensored Net Noise, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.